Giving Dr. Seleva, I just want to drop a guide on how to create an installer on a flash disk. Normally, Windows installers come in a compatible disk, but most modern systems don't come with that price. They don't come with compact disk price. So these days we all use USBs. So I think it's necessary for us in computing to have our um, handy flash disk just in case we need to format the system. So this flash disk comes in handy. Okay, so it's going to be a very short one. Um, I'll be using two. I'm sharing this screen just for an intro. Before talking about converting software on compact disk to installer software that can run on flash disks. So I'm just gonna use Getting to PC, which is a website for downloading some ISO files. So for this particular presentation, we'll be using ISO file of Windows 10 or Windows 11, but you can use any of them. But I'll be going with Windows 10 because the systems I'm about to format with my students are really old systems. So we're just not gonna give it such heavy load as Windows 11. So that's one. Then I will download the ISO file of Windows 10. Then we'll also download Rufus 4.9 application. So after downloading this, let me run the demo for the rest of the activity. So um, I have my Rufus. I have to open my Rufus app from here. Open shoulder. Open the Rufus app from here now. So that's the Rufus app I'm going to be using. Okay. So now the Rufus app is up. The first thing to do with it is to load the device, and then device in this case is the flash disk that I'll be installing my ISO file on. So I'm just going to plug the device, and then the device comes up under the device, depending on the name that the device already has. If not, to just come as an empty RAM. So it's a 4 gig flash. I think that should be good enough for Windows 10. If I need to have both Windows 10 and Windows 11, maybe I go with 8 gig or higher um, capacity flashes. Now, the book section is up here, and it says, what kind of book section am I trying to do? Of course, it is an ISO file. So I'm going to select from by clicking on select. And then my ISO file was downloaded to my system and it is in my downloads folder. So assuming it wasn't uploaded, I'll simply search it from get into it. Let's say this is my downloads folder and it's just like when I click on select, it opens downloads. So I know that what I downloaded was from Get Into PC. So I'll go to the search area and just type Get Into PC. And then I'm seeing Get Into PC Windows. Get Into PC Windows. So I'm going to select that. Click it, and then it's up here. So go to select, go to the folder where you save your downloaded Windows 2, and then select the Windows file, like that's the ISO file that you want to burn, and that's it. So after that, you go to the image option, that's the default standard Windows installation. Partition scheme, we have two, to be GPT, to be NBR, so select one depending on the whether your system is new or old. Then the target system, this is by default stable there. Format option is already loaded as Windows 10, 54 bits. Then the file system NTFS is already default. So that's, I think that's all I need. And then you click on start. So when you click on start, this ISO file of Windows 10 will be loaded to the device which you already had up, which you have added to the system, which is my flash of 4 gig. So that's what happens once I click on my system. The image is too big for the selected target. Okay, so I'm using 4 gig. I need to hire maybe 50, 80 for this to work. So thank you.